the fourth episode of Beneath the Silence. My name is Cecia.
My name is Vanessa.
My name is Allison.
My name is Julian.
My name is Leah.
And today we'll be covering urban legends. So we're going to be starting off with Vanessa.
Hey guys. So, y'all heard about the Goatman's Bridge or no?
Nope.
You have?
I have, yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
anything. No.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about what it is. So, hold on, guys. I kind of got my things mixed up. Okay, I got it. So the Goatman's Bridge is known to be a super haunted bridge, and it's listed as like one of the top 5 most demonic places in America. Yeah, and like guys, I got my research from Sam and Colby, and they did their research, and like they say like the haunting from the Goatman is just as bad as the from the Conjuring.
Really?
Yeah, and what's it called? Like there's demons, there's satanic worships, rituals happen constantly, and
I
there's
don't know
this
why I'm here.
Oh my God.
and there's this one lady, and everyone was like, so she's like, you can tour the place. You can tour the place, and she was on a tour. Well, not a tour, but people were talking about it, so she decided to go there, and because everybody was talking about it, and then she decided to go, and oh, I got lost. Hold on. She finally went down one night, and I think they were using a spirit box, and the demons were like talking to her. They were like, "Get out, stay back," but like they were saying like aggressively. So, and then another experience happened on Friday the 13th. One of the investigators caught like took a picture, and you can see in the back it was like a black shadow, and then after she took the picture, she had like scratches all over her back. Yeah, and
Just imagine like the photo that she took. Imagine if someone was behind her.
yeah, and like there's like a lot of rituals. Like they would find like mutilated animals. Like the insides would be taken out. The head would be on one side of like the pentagram, like that little star. The head would be on one side, and then the other would be like the body would be on the other side. So it was like cut in half, and the insides were all taken out. Yeah,
No, that's disgusting.
like
So fun.
like they'd use cats, they'd use dogs, squirrels, and stuff like that.
What animals? Right.
I don't know, bro. Like, do it yourself. Anyway, there will also be a lot of suicides there. So I don't know if y'all know that that what's that called, forest in Japan, like the suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the same thing from Goatman's Bridge. Like a lot of suicides happen. Like they would find cars like in the forest, but no people until later on they would see like bodies floating down like the river. Yeah, so they think it's a suicide or something like that. And what's it called? There will also be like a lot of witchcraft, and like kids like on Halloween they would go under the bridge and do Ouija boards and stuff like that.
Hell no.
Yeah, and then do you guys know Ghost Adventures? No. So it's like they just do a lot of they go to a lot of like haunted places and do that. So in one of their episodes, they went to go investigate, and they were doing rituals. One of the guys' name was Zach. He felt possessed at some point. Aaron got thrown 20 feet like away, and then their photographer Ashley got possessed in the episode. And
Is this? Oh wait, I'm sorry.
yeah,
Hold on. Zach and who?
Zach. It was Zach. Zach. Aaron got thrown 20 feet.
You heard of it?
I feel like I have, but
Right.
I'm like it's
It's
trying to
from-
click to me, but like it still is not clicking. You know? Yeah.
I'm talking about like what happened at the bridge.
Uh-huh.
After talk about like the history.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the photographer, like her eyes got black, like all her eyes just turned pitch black and stuff, and there's also a lot of open portals. So where the bridge is, there's like a lot of trees around because there's like a forest, and then there's one specific tree that is split in half, and you guys know what a medium is, or
I've heard of
Yeah.
it, but I don't remember.
like they could like sense like spirits.
Yeah, they would like.
Like they could
yeah,
see,
yeah.
So a medium went over there and they told them like that there's a portal, and she pointed at this one tree and it split, and like like since it's a split tree, they said like it connects and then after splits again, and like if you go in it or if you touch it, like you can see like all the inside, like all the rituals and like all the bad stuff in there. And there's been experience where the lady was doing a tour and like a young boy, like I think it was like 16, he touched it and obviously like he was like playing around. On his way home, he got into a really bad car accident. Yeah. Yeah. So now we're gonna talk about like what really is it. So the goat man is not just one specific thing. It's actually an accumulation of all these negative things that has happened on the bridge over the years. It is a true demon. It's an entity, and it was never human. It was just formed because of the satanic rituals, bad luck, suicides, and everything over the past 150 years. The goat man is described to be 8 feet or taller, covered in black or red fur, um, fangs sticking out, all black eyeballs, and horns that like wrapped around. And one of the main spirits, it's a ghost named Steve. And guys, we don't like Steve, okay? So because bro, Steve sucks. Like apparently, like he's worse than the goat man. Like he'll bite you, he'll scratch you, like he'll like try to mess with you and stuff like that. Um, Steve was a spirit from a former Grand Dragon from the KKK. Um, yeah, someone who controlled, like he was someone who controlled 250,000 of the KKK members, and he had 3 wives. He wanted a fourth one. He's a hoe. He's literally a hoe. He wanted a fourth one, so he kidnapped her, beat her, raped her. Long story, long long story short, she refused to marry him and wanted nothing to do with him. And she took some poison to kill herself because like she couldn't handle like the beating and the stuff that he would do with her. So I think by like the time she was dead, I guess like he found her or something. And guys, he bit her body so bad, like he ripped her skin and her inner thighs up. That like on her actual birth certificate, cannibalism is like one of her deaths. Like, yeah, yeah. And so, wait, why is it called the Goatman's Bridge? So a little over 150 years ago, there was a goat shepherd. He was like a pretty successful goat shepherd named Oscar Washburn. He ran his house set for like 40 years, and he became successful. Became so successful that people started to call him the Goat Man. Where the bridge is, where the bridge is, there would be like a sign. It'll be like point towards like his house or like his farm area. It'll be like this way to the Goat Man's Bridge. He was like a really respected man. Everybody loved him in the community, but since he was African American, the KKK ambushed him one night when he was walking down the bridge. They beat him, put like a noose, like kind of like a rope around his neck, around his head, and they threw him off the bridge. And then they ran away. Huh? I don't know. I don't know. Just something like around his head, and then they just threw him off. Yeah. So after they threw him, they ran away, only to come back later to like dispose of the body and find out that he wasn't there anymore. So they ran back to his house expecting him to be hiding out there, and they burned his house to the ground, which his family was in. And um like the whole family like died because of the burn. And like even though Oscar Washburn, he people called him the Goat Man, like that was the evil entity. His spirit, like he's not like that, like but he still haunts the place because of like all the trauma. But people say like he's one of the nicest spirits.
Yeah.
So the Goat
Because,
Man, yeah.
like he wasn't the one who did the evil doing, or like wasn't the one who was doing the bad things, but he was like killed because of it.
Yeah. There would just be like a lot of satanic rituals, like everything, all the bad stuff that people would do there. That's kind of what formed like the Goat Man and what he is today.
Wait, I meant to like say like he was killed just for living there, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to talking about. Oh my gosh. Like, I think they're like lechuzas, no? Lechuzas.
Oh yeah.
La lechuza, or like lechuzas. are
Lechuga?
Lechuzas, like owls, like yeah. So it's like I don't think it's a really like straightforward story, but like basically it's witches who turn, or like yeah, like people who turn themselves into animals, more so like lechuzas, and some people associate lechuzas, so like owls, with bad spirits. So say like if you go and see an owl like in broad daylight or something, it means like your family member is gonna die. That's something that like my family believes in because it happened to my mom. And they're also like in this one movie, I think it's called La Familia, that I watched in my ethnic studies class. That scene was there too. A lady saw a lechuza and like she lost her baby, and she was like crossing the border. So it's like that, like, and like lechuzas, obviously they're not like good people, they're not good animals or whatever. They prey on you and they go haunt you and they go after you. They try to kill you. They like basically disturb your peace, right? And like
Don't
and
disturb
like
my peace.
I think not only they don't only turn themselves into owls, because my mom also said that she had like seen one. It wasn't like broad daylight, so obviously cats are small, right? They're really tiny little cute animals, right? And then dogs, they're big, right? So she said,
Really? Dogs too?
yeah. Wait, no, I'm just telling you, like dogs are big. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So my mom was walking with her grandma, I'm pretty sure, and she said she saw like big cats, like cats the size of dogs. You don't ever see a cat the size of a dog, like in
Yeah.
what world? So she asked her grandma, like, oh, like what's wrong with these cats? Like, why are they so big?
They eat
Um,
too much.
No, no, like they're like big,
No,
like
I'm just
dogs. I see the size.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's it called? They weren't actually cats. They were like humans turning themselves into cats.
So like
that,
kind of like skinwalkers,
yeah,
but not
like
really.
shape shifting.
Yeah, like
Kinda
they were
turning,
shape-shifting.
turning themselves into animals.
Puro diablo aquí.
So yeah, but that's basically what it is.
Wait, can I say something? My parents also think that. So my dad for work, like he does like yard work. So my yeah. So my aunt had a tree in front, and an owl like was living there, and my aunt called my dad to come cut the tree because she didn't want the owl to come and like do all that bad stuff. Pobrecito owl. 'Cause I have
But
a
what if it
house.
was someone like that wanted something bad for your family? You know.
You know what? That's true. Fuck them owls.
Exactly. Okay, so I'll be talking about El Silbón. And so, if you see El Silbón, you'll see a 3-meter tall figure, elongated limbs. He wanted revenge, so he murdered his father. So, I researched 3 versions of the story. So, this is the second one. Let me breathe. The second version of this story was where the father seduced or assaulted his daughter-in-law, which triggered his son's homicidal rage. The third version of this story is that his father murdered his wife, not because she was a prostitute, but because she was rumored to be promiscuous. Regardless of the story, it always ends one way. The father always ends up dead, and the Silbon being cursed by his grandfather for eternity. Everyone agrees that after the grandfather found the body of the father, he tied El Silbon to a tree and whipped him and drenched his wounds with aguardiente and released hungry, rotten dogs. El Silbon doesn't go after just anyone, he goes after specifically drunk people, cheaters, and womanizers. One of the theories that people think he targets womanizers and cheaters are because of his murderous father and the woman played in his fate. He also targets drunks, and it's believed he does so because of the alcohol his grandfather drenched his wounds with. It is said that the only way you can protect yourself from El Silbon is having dogs. And so, like, the only way you can protect yourself from the El Silbon is by having dogs, is because whenever his, like, grandfather was, like, punishing him, like, he released hungry, rotten dogs on him. So it's, like, trauma, basically. Like, bro's scared of dogs, but not anybody else, you know? Like, and it's, like,
I should get a dog.
girl, I got 10 dogs. I'm chilling.
How
I'm
are you?
chilling.
10?
Yes.
I thought I had 4.
No, girl, I got 10.
Where
Only
where
tengo
do they
ninguna.
where do they sleep?
In my yard. It's pretty
Mm.
big.
Oh, okay, okay. You keep them outside. Oh,
I got
this?
his own chihuahua.
Yeah.
Oh, he's ugly.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He's gonna come get you now. Why would you
Yeah.
say that?
Bro
I'm
said
getting
he's
a dog. I'm
Hmm?
getting a
Bro
dog.
said he's chopped.
He is
He's
chopped.
chopped, bro.
But-
Any other?
Wait,
urban-
what were you saying?
Like, how big are your dogs? What kind of dogs
So,
do you have?
well, like off topic, but I have like huskies. I have Great Danes. I have like small dogs too. Yeah, mainly big dog breeds though.
Oh.
But anyways, that's besides the point. So today, now we'll be moving on with Jillian.
So the next urban legend is Slender Man. It originated as an online creation in 2009 on the forum Something Awful, says CBS News. This creature was made by Eric Knudsen, aka Victor Surge. Slenderman displays a tall, thin man with no face and a tuxedo on. These features combined evoked unease and terror. This legend was widely spread online, allowing the creation of stories, games, and a 2018 movie called Slender Man.
There's a movie.
Yeah, there's a movie.
I didn't know that.
It was released in 2018.
I need to watch it.
I'm not watching it, bro.
I'm gonna make you watch it with me.
Oh, okay. I mean, at least I have someone though.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
The character's fame tragically led to a real-life incident.
Oh,
In
for real?
2014, two 12-year-old girls in Wisconsin stabbed a classmate while trying to reach Slenderman's home in a forest, according to The Independent. And it was believed that they were following Slenderman's orders.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't it connected to like Granny?
Really?
I
Is
think
it?
so.
Because like
I love
Granny
Granny.
has like a daughter, and in the game, like you can put a teddy bear. Or no. Like Granny is like I think it's her granddaughter or her daughter. And,
Something
like-
like that. Yeah.
And like it's because there's a bunch of family photos in the game, like where you see Slenderman and the daughter, and this other like figure thing, whatever. Yeah, guys, Granny's. Bro, I cannot play Granny. I'm too scared.
I played Granny on Roblox when my mom told me to stop because she's gonna come and get me. Kid you not? She went on. No, yeah, I don't know if y'all see like those like role plays on Granny where Granny kills you in real
Mhm.
life.
Yeah.
She pulled those videos up and she said, "Granny's gonna come and kill you." How the way she killed these people, but yeah, I'm alive. I'm alive, but
My
I'm dead.
cousin used to play that a lot.
Granny?
Yeah, I'm like,
I used to watch like games.
I never found like the interest. Of
It's not all that. It's
not
really
all
not all that.
Back then it was my shit.
Guys, I'm like low-key curious to watch the Slenderman movie.
I wanna
Really?
watch.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know, but like,
Let's watch
guys,
it all together.
Let's all watch
Real.
it.
Real
Yes.
I don't know who's up, but y'all can.
Oh, y'all can.
but guys, obviously, I'm not gonna watch it alone. I'm gonna need some supervision,
Some
you know.
company.
Yeah, some
Emotional
company.
support.
Yes, bro.
Oh man.
Wait, the okay, go.
Huh?
Go.
Oh, okay. So we can talk after.
Yeah.
So I will be talking about El Culebron. Have y'all heard El Culebron?
No.
Okay, me either. So I had to do my little research. So El Culebron is a mythical serpent of wealth and warning. So El Culebron is a legendary creature from Chilean and border South American folklore, most often described as a giant serpent with mystical powers, deeply rooted in rural traditions. This mythical being is most feared and respected, symbolizing the consequences of unchecked ambition and the ancient relationship between humans and the land. So, what is the culebron? A culebron is said to be an enormous dark-scaled serpent with glowing red eyes and body thick as a tree trunk. Like thick, okay? Thick.
Oh, they
Nikki.
thick.
Ooh.
Body tea.
BBL, everything.
So supposedly it lives underground or in remote hidden places such as abandoned corals, caves, or riverbeds, and is associated with supernatural wealth. What sets this creature apart from other mythical serpents is that the connection to treasure and dark pacts. So people who believe in the culebron can be summoned through a ritual often involving or successful harvest. However, in many versions of the tale, this gift comes with a terrible price. So, okay, so I'll be talking about a culebron. So, a culebron is a mythical serpent of wealth and warning. A culebron is a legendary creature from Chilean, yeah, from Chile, básicamente. It borders South American folklore, most often described as a giant serpent with mystical powers deeply rooted in rural traditions. This mythical being is a both feared and respected, symbolizing the consequences and unchecked ambition and the ancient relationship between humans and the land. So, what is the culebron? A culebron is said to be an enormous dark-scaled serpent with glowing red eyes and a body thick as a tree trunk, like a body T.
BBL.
Body tea. It's summertime.
Yes.
Summertime is coming, y'all. So, so if you see a culebron out there thick and all that,
I'ma be
Bro's
jealous.
ready.
Right? I'm like, give me your tips, bro.
give me.
Give me some. Pass me some. You know.
Yeah.
Bro is so ready for
Instead of
summer.
haunting the earth, give me some thicky
Right.
nicky advice. You know?
So it lives underground or in remote hidden places such as abundant corals, caves, or riverbeds, and is associated with supernatural wealth. What sets this creature apart from other mythical serpents is a connection to treasure and dark pacts. People believe a culebron can be summoned through a ritual, often involving blood sacrifice to grant wealth, fertilized lands, or successful harvest. However, in every version of the tale, this gift comes with a terrible price. So, the ritual of the summoning the beast. The legend says that a culebron can be called by someone desperate for riches. The summoning must occur at night, often during a new moon, in a complete silence. A blood sacrifice, typically a black animal like a rooster or goat, is made to attract the creature. In some darker versions of the story, a human life is required. If performed correctly, a culebron emerges from the earth and, if pleased, bestows great fortune. However, this pact is temporary and eventually a culebron returns to claim someone in exchange, often a loved one, or even a summoner's soul. The underlying warning is clear: wealth gained through an unnatural means never comes without consequences. So, a culebron serves as a powerful symbol of greed, temptation, and cause of desire. In Chilean rural communities, it reflects real historical tensions, especially around land ownership and agriculture and mining. In many ways, this myth warns against disturbing nature balance. The serpent represents both the hidden wealth, the earth, like gold and minerals, and the dangers of exploiting that wealth too carelessly. The legend reinforces the idea that attempting to control forces greater than oneself can lead to ruin. It also carries spiritual significance. A culebron is someone linked to Mapuche, Mapuche cosmology, in which serpents represent energy and the earth's ritual force. This connection adds another layer to the story, suggesting the summoning the beast might not just be dangerous, it might be sacrilege. Ooh, a big word. No. So, I'm going to be talking about the story of Don Mateo. So, one of the most commonly shared tales involves Don Mateo, a poor farmer who turned to dark magic to save his struggling land. After performing the forbidden ritual, Don Mateo fortune changed overnight. His crops flourished, his animals thrived, and gold appeared where there was none. But soon mysterious signs began to appear: strange hissing sounds and disappearance of animals, and eventually the vanishing of his daughter. It's believed that a culebron returned to claim what was owned. Despite all his wealth, Don Mateo died alone, cursed and broken. Um, so the modern beliefs and sightings, although a culebron is considered a myth belief, it although the culebron is considered a myth belief in its presence pursuits in parts of southern Chile, some rural communities report strange happenings, cattle goings, missing odd tracks and farmland, and sounds at night. Miners have shared stories about cave and tunnels collapsing in areas thought to be cursed or protected by the serpent. While few people today claim to have seen the creature directly, many believe that the energy of the culebron still lives on. As a metaphor or moral lesson, or perhaps even someone more real, just beyond our understanding. So, to conclude, a culebron isn't just a scary tale, it's just a cultural reflection of how people understand the relationship between nature, wealth, and morality. It teaches that nothing comes for free, and those who chase fortune, basically money, without respect for balance or life, may find themselves caught in a bargain they cannot escape. Um, yeah, there's a lot with this. So,
I'm just still on the fact that he might be thicker than us. Like you're a spirit. You're supposed to not be thick. Okay.
Skinny and scrawny.
Is he ugly or no?
Loki,
Sorry.
I've never seen, but like
We're gonna
if he
search
got
him
the
up.
body C, then you know.
Culebron?
Okay. Any last comments that we have?
Oh, I was gonna say something about Slenderman. I don't know if you're talking about the case where it was these three girls. They were like best friends. They were like a trio, and two of them they were gonna have a sleepover, but two of them were planning on killing the other friend. I don't know if that's fake friends.
Second case were fake friends.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
that's a second case.
That's a second
Yes.
case.
I think this case is like a separate, different case.
Probably
because it's like
uh-huh.
those two girls were like trying to go to like the forest to like look for Slenderman's home, and they were
okay,
like
okay.
they were like believed to like follow his orders, but like I think maybe on the way or something they killed like a classmate.
Oh, it's
Do you-
probably similar because it was same with these girls. Because they
Do you-
said that Slenderman was telling them like, "Oh, you have to kill your friend. This and that," and so they went to like a park. They went and stuff, you know. Yeah, that's it.
Oh no, he's ugly. He's really ugly.
That's crazy.
He's really ugly.
Bro is
I'll-
chopped cheese.
I'll insert a photo here.
El culebron.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
but-
Edit a picture and make him
Wait.
look thick if he's not thick.
Jillian, do you know what happened to the girls? Like, they ever like get charged or something? Like, I know they get charged with like murder, but
I didn't really find out. I kind of just like that was kind of like the context that I heard.
okay. So we're gonna be finishing off our 4 episodes of our podcast. This is our final episode. I know you'll miss us.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so
So,
much.
Signing out. Beneath the silence.
Don't miss
Bye.
me too much, guys. Okay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.